if you're steering slipping on your Troy Bilt mower, all you'll have to do is remove the deck, tie the steering wheel off to where it can't turn. If you're by yourself, you got somebody to help you, then they can just hold it as you're unscrewing. And get down here. All this taking the sides off is unnecessary. I was just trying to figure out what the problem was originally. But look down here, this is where this steering rod comes down, and it's got this gear on it that I'm sure they got scientific names, but I don't know. All you gotta do is take this nut off. This gear and this washer will then slide off, and what you'll notice on the inside there, which I'm going to show in a second, is how this piece of metal wears away, so this can start sliding back and forth. And I'm just going to show you what I did to fix it. Alright, I'm just going to take it off. To now push this rod up. If you're by yourself, you have to loosen all this so you can pull the steering wheel up. But if you're not by yourself, you know, your partner can just pull it up for you. I'm by myself, so I'm going to push pause and untie this. I just loosened it up top, so now I can push this. It's free to move up and down. So I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and it'll make this washer be able to come out. Alright, now the washer's free to come out. This gap, you see how much play it's got? It's probably originally just supposed to be a straight hole through there, but after, I've only had this thing about a year, maybe a year and a half. That's enough play, I guess, to where it's worn it out to where it's a big oval shape in there. It's got way too much place. What I need is when this gear here meets the gear that goes on this shaft needs to be as far toward the front as possible, so the gap needs to be, that's been wearing away, the gap needs to be in the back here. So what I've done is I've got a screw and I smashed it flat. I think you can see that. I smashed it flat and then I bent it so it fits that radius right here, and so this screw now fits right up in there. Well, maybe the opposite way. Anyways, it fits up in there to fill the gap that's back in between the shaft and this metal piece. So now that I've got that fitted or filled, that gap filled, the shaft has nowhere to go to. Neighbor's mowing his yard, of course. Now I'm just going to grab my washer, put it back on, the gear back on, and then give it a test run. Oh, and however, how you do, like, it's kind of be a pain in the butt putting. It's going to be a pain in the butt putting this screw in here and then fitting this onto the shaft, because what you got to do is you got to push the shaft up. I do anyways. I have to push the shaft up in order to get that washer on. So now that I push the shaft up and I got the washer on, I can't see my hole anymore. I can't really see where I'm trying to go with all this. So I've got to, you know, you just got to kind of feel around, maybe use another couple tools to push it up in there. I almost got it with just my finger, but you understand. So I'm going to go ahead and put it together and then test it out. I don't know if you can see it, but these gears are matching up nice and, well, a lot tighter than they were. Almost all the way. They're almost all the way together now. I've got her raised up in the front just enough so I can show you that now she turns. No slippage. Time to mow the lawn. Good luck.